Ladies and gentlemen, adjust your headphones.
Shut the front door and welcome yourself into the You Should Know podcast. You're with me, your co-host Jambiri, and my other co-host, Michael Akadiri. How are you?
Levi, I'm about to say Levi Roots.
Levi Jeans.
Levi Jeans. Levi Jeans. Hey, Levi, send the sponsorship money after the fact. Even though we promoted it for free, send the sponsorship money. We need that.
For those of you listening via one of the audio platforms, we both got the same t-shirt on. We didn't plan it, I promise you.
Yeah, we didn't plan it,
but we somehow have the same t-shirt on. So that just shows the level of in syncness that we have.
That's it. That's telepathy. That's how you say it. Telepathy.
Telepathy, yeah.
Yeah, English is my second
language. That might just make it into the gaps. If you don't get it. Might be up there with Boris Jackson.
Oh, right, now come off it. Boris Jackson, the streets won't forget. The streets won't forget.
Yeah, I got a lot of comments around about that. That was, I think, I found that quite funny.
As you should. Well-deserved comments, I must say. Well-deserved.
For making mistakes, nonsense. Hey, all right. Anyway, we're just off the back of a magical England win, by the way. They just beat Germany. This obviously comes out. We recorded this a couple of days beforehand, but
yeah, boy, it's coming home. You know,
could be Sweden, could be is it Ukraine? We don't know.
Ukraine, yeah, man. Like,
it's gonna be someone in blue and yellow. That's what I do know.
Jeez,
someone in blue and yellow.
Put a mortgage on that. But the thing is, obviously, normally, we got to be honest. Junior is normally an England skeptic, innit? Like, obviously, his passport's secure, so I can say this.
I'm just not a fan. Listen, the pundits, they big it up too much, and that's what annoys me with England. The pundits are always giving it the big one, right?
Yeah.
England are a good team. Some days average. I just don't need this whole hype. Let them play. Take the pressure off the boys. Let them play. So all this.
So yeah, so they came through. It's normally sometimes I jump on the skepticism wave, but this time, that surprised me. I thought they came and they put Germany to the sword. I thought Southgate was too defensive. But still, it may be coming home, man.
It's tourney football. You don't have to be the best.
All I'm saying is, like, if England are in the final and it's in Wembley, Boris, just change the rules. Freedom Day is 11th of July because no one's going to respect. The nightclub owners will open up.
I am booking my holiday on the day that they win. I am booking it immediately.
12th of July is bank holiday. I won't be there.
I want to see the Queen at my local pub. Everyone has to be out.
The Queen will be at Weatherspoons. Come on, man. Everyone's gonna be vibes.
I want to see her ordering 2 shots, fam. 2 shots for 10. I want to see the Queen there. But anyway, good luck, England. Let's roll into the first segment. So obviously, you guys know it's the Undercover Gems where we pick some weird and wonderful stories in the news. Mike, I've got a story for you.
Yeah. Let's go.
All right, here we go. You may know this one. I don't know. You may know this one, but anyway. Subway, as in the sandwich maker, not the underground in America. Subway accused of not using real what in their sandwiches.
Oh, jeez. Did you know? I never ever get Junior's stories because he's always got some obscure nonsense from like Alabama or some rubbish like that.
Classic stuff.
He'll go to the trailer park in Alabama and find one story. But
guy married a tree or something like that.
But this one I know about. I know. Yeah, I heard that the Subway apparently it's not real tuna. It's not real tuna. I don't know what they be doing. But tell the story. I saw the headline, but I didn't read the story.
Yeah, me neither. So I had to pick one. But yeah, they were under fire basically after I don't know who the company is, but they did some lab studies. Yeah, and they found there was no evidence of the tuna in their sandwiches or their wraps. Yeah, we don't know what they listen.
What they serving?
They must have been watching Seaspiracy as well, and they say, listen, we can't be using tuna anymore. We're damaging the planet. But basically, they took samples of sandwiches that had tuna in like the bread and the cheese and the dressing. They said they found no cheese. They found no tuna in it. They said they found no DNA. That's DNA of 5 different tuna species.
Wow.
So there's basically, it comes down to 2 things. One is that it's heavily processed and they couldn't really work out what was in there.
Yeah.
Or there's just absolutely no tuna in there. Either way, it doesn't sound good. because you're not getting what you
What are you
ordered.
buying? Some bread and mayo? Like, what is it?
Look, I've never gone to Subway, never, and said, do you know what? Can I have the tuna sandwich?
Yeah.
Like, who
You're
the hell
down. You're
orders
down
that?
bad. You're down
You know what I
bad. if
mean?
you're
You got the
doing that.
marinara. What's it? What's the meatball
The
one?
marinara.
What's it called?
yeah, meatball marinara or marinada. I
The
can copy your
meatball. You copied what I said.
the nonsense.
There's the meatball one. There's chicken tikka, all like that. Who's picking the tuna one? Unless you're a pescatarian, I don't know. But
no.
clearly they must say, look, not enough people are getting the tuna one. Let's just stuff it with like sawdust.
They're literally obviously. I know companies want to make money and they're trying to cut costs, but you can't take out the meat. You can't make the flipping customer vegan. You can't make the cut.
Oh my god.
You literally can't. You literally can't. So
you can't decide what is it or not. What you just can't. It's like with the horse meat scandal. Listen, just tell me it's horse meat.
Oh yeah,
and I'll ride it.
Yeah.
You know, just drop it down by 30-50p or something. That's cool. But don't come and tell me it's beef and it really is horse meat. Why lie? Like why lie?
They're just scandalous, man. Like everything goes around in circles, innit? You know. So I'm sure there'll be another scandal, but that's a mess. Anyway, Subway stocks are down for the moment. They're down. They're discounted right now.
Some really good reporting though, because I don't even know. Someone must have ate it and thought, this doesn't taste like tuna to me. And they were probably like a journalist or something.
Yeah. Well, that's how stuff gets found out. Investigative journalism, innit? Shout out to journalists trying to report the truth. That's what we want to hear. What have I got for you? It's to do with food, so it's kind of linked. So the Vice has been why you burning that laugh? What's funny? No, I'm trying to take
like
out
reading from a teleprompter.
That's something like Mayweather. You know, I can't read.
What's this next word?
What did that explain that word to me, please? No, so something device, so weight loss device has been created to fight the global obesity epidemic. So what sort of a device do you think has been devised to fight the obesity epidemic? A new device has been created. A new device to help weight loss has been devised. And what
I'm baffed.
So a new device has been created to fight the obesity epidemic. You know, we're in an obesity epidemic. So we're trying to find novel ways of trying to combat that. So what device?
What are you talking like global warming or something like that?
No. Obesity it's an epidemic, my guy. I don't know if you've been outside, but
boy, definitely these lot taking off their England tops is definitely an epidemic. Okay, cool. So someone's made something to counter obesity instead of just getting people to eat, a balanced diet. They've obviously said, let's make something instead. Let's go around the roundabout. I reckon it's got to be something that sits in your stomach, or like it has to be the process after, because I don't think people are going to stop eating what they're going to eat. It's going to be like, okay, you eat this, but then pop this device down your neck as well. Drink some water, you'll be fine. You won't put on any weight. So I imagine it's like either something you stick on your body, or you digest it as well, and then it just doesn't process the food, or the food comes out or something. Because I know there's no way it's anything that's gonna stop people from chopping the sloppy joes or something like that. It's gonna be something mad. So
thank God you're not in charge of dealing with obesity, because people will even be bigger. Because he did it off the head.
You think what's the story? Eating the steak.
Man, they tried to tell him, give me a reason to stop people eating. He said sloppy Joe. This guy, you're the wrong guy.
You don't have time to stop them like that. Eat what you want, just eat this device as well. You live. That's it.
No, it's actually, do you know what it's crazy? You actually were saying, look, you can't stop them from eating, but the device it was magnets to stop a person's jaw from opening wide enough to consume solid food.
What the hell?
So it's like imagine braces. Then it doesn't go all the way around. They just put them on the molars, the back teeth, and they're magnets, so they shut the jaw tight. So you can't open your mouth wide enough to put burger in. So it's only liquid that can go in.
So you're just on a liquid diet, basically. You see these people. Instead of you to say, listen, just slow down. Don't eat that many chips or kebabs. They said, no, we have to glue your mouth shut. So the best you can have is a milkshake.
That's it.
Yeah, see how mad that is?
The funny thing is, I saw this device in it and I thought the only place this device won't work is Ghana.
Why?
Because of the front teeth to get it.
Oh, so you're a dickhead. I'm actually from Ghana. My teeth do not resemble that. So I take umbrage with that. I take umbrage with that. Ghanaians, jump on him on the pod. Jump on him. When you see him, that's fufu at this guy, yeah.
That's only place you can fit KK through that gap. You can fit
That's banku at this guy when you see him, okay? Because he's being rude. But it probably listen, if you're saying this thing is clamping people's jaws shut,
yeah, that's clamping their shut. You can't.
Then what are you eating? You can't eat anything. You're on a liquid diet.
It's a liquid diet, innit? And
that's not stopping obesity. That's bringing in death. You're just gonna die. You can't live like that just on a liquid diet. Impossible.
Apparently, a group that did it, they lost about 5% of their body weight. Apparently,
well, I'm not surprised. Let them continue doing it. They'll lose the other 95% as well. He's a death machine.
That it doesn't. Obviously, there's been critics. They came out with a study. It's researchers in New Zealand and the UK that have been looking at this, and they've had some criticism online on Twitter. And because obviously someone starts vomiting, what can you do? The teeth is blocking the vomit from coming out, so you'll just choke.
Yeah, you'll die. You'll aspirate. Death machine. It's a death machine. Yeah.
Or let's say, as someone rightly pointed out, someone had a heart attack, and you need to put a breathing tube down the mouth. The magnet, you're fighting the magnet.
Yeah. Unless they build in some kind of cheat code, ping, 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 and then it opens it for you. But then you can't tell the person who's got it because they'll just unlock it and go to the fridge. McDonald's drive-thru. Chicken burgers, please.
They'll be seeing the numbers go up. How you put on weight with the device? I don't know. No, that's the way. That's why they should stick with the current techniques. Like you can have like gastric bypasses and stuff like that, where you essentially make the stomach smaller, or you essentially bypass the stomach so you don't have the storage capacity to be eaten, so you become fuller quicker. So
or just don't eat as much. Has anybody tried doing that?
Yeah, me, I've got a belly now. I can tell you it's tough. On behalf of obese people, with my belly, it's tough. It's not easy.
So you're now gonna get this metal thing in your mouth.
I've done my time with braces. That was a liquid diet.
You drinking milkshakes all week.
Well, let's move on to the next section of the podcast. This is the You Should Know Better segment. This is where one of us in turn looks at a news story from the past week and asks ourselves, should they have known better? So this week's been popping, man. Obviously, in the political world anyway, we all know about what happened with Matthew Hancock. We all know what happened there. But obviously that's been exhausted to the hilt. So what I'm going to do, Junior, I'm going to talk to you about what's his face. Gavin Williamson. Gavin Williamson is the education secretary, and he's come out in the past week saying that mobile phones should be banned from school. He doesn't want nobody coming to mobile phone to school. He's saying that it's a distraction technique. Did he also talk about students getting jealous of other people's phones? He was saying a whole lot. And essentially he doesn't want students to have phones into the classroom. So, Junior, I want to put you into the shoes of Gavin Williamson, and I want you to explain why can't students have their phones on them? What's going on?
All right, look, I think this one is fairly straightforward, okay? Mobile phones nowadays, they're just a distraction, purely a distraction. And they're all about damaging mental health and a child's well-being. You don't need a phone when you're at school because 9 times out of 10, you're scrolling, you're looking at people, trying to aspire to them and look a certain way. And it's just very difficult to control. It's very difficult to control a child's screen time on a phone. It doesn't help. When I was in school, we didn't have phones. And look how great we've all turned out. We all work in government.
Well, how old are you then? Was there phone then when you were
there was phones, but you couldn't carry them around. But we didn't have phones like that. And look, we're all doing very good. We're all in good jobs, okay? Good jobs, government jobs. Good jobs.
Lips in your aids, good jobs.
So I'm Gavin Williamson. What are you talking about?
And I'm saying the good jobs that you and your people have
got. He swallowed the taxpayers' money. He's up. He's done about this scandal. Anyway, so I feel like there shouldn't be phones, or you'll just dumb down kids at a very vulnerable time in their life when their brains are still growing. You know, it's purely a distraction. The kids should be focusing on their studies. Okay, they shouldn't be studying Snapchat. There's two different things. They should be focusing only on their studies, not on only fans. This is where the distraction comes in, right? If you're looking at a girl's, you know, on a phone, you should be looking at Key Stage 1 maths or whatever.
Key Stage 1, so you think 5-year-olds are...
Yeah, they should be.
He said 5-year-olds are looking at Nash.
No, it's the kids that failed already. The kids that failed.
So 15-year-olds are still doing Key Stage 1.
They've been held back. They've been held back because on their phones. That's what I'm telling you. You're laughing. It's an epidemic. You're laughing, but I'm telling you, these kids have been held back because they're on their phones, you know?
Oh,
they're not reading their books. They're on Facebook. So we need to be serious about this, yeah? Parents, children as well. Phones, but listen, you've got all day to play your phone when you get home and your parents aren't paying attention to you. Play on your phone then, you know?
So what would you say to the child that says, you know what? I want, on the way home, in case something happens to me, I need my phone on me to call.
That's what phone boxes are for. There's telephone box everywhere. When I grew up, when there was we ran to the phone box, we now called 911 or whatever. I mean, 911, it's 999.
You're in Alabama again.
You know, I used to actually call 911.
You used to call 911. What? Stand there.
No, I was, you know, I didn't know, but like I didn't know the English one. I only knew the American one.
So what were you calling the police for at 7 or how old ever you were?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say the reasons, but anyway, just a mess around in it, just a little mess around. But what the point I'm gonna make is, if you need help, there's phone boxes everywhere. Okay, and if the worst case, the worst case 2021, the worst case scenario, you can take your phone to school. We'll put it in a box. At the end of the day, you then take it out of the box.
Wow.
You go home.
As someone that's paying for the phone, is paying for the minutes, can't have access to the minutes. The child.
Why should you be worried about your minutes when you should be focusing on what's going on in class? Look at you. I bet you used to take your phone to school. You like that kind of person.
You that even took yours before me, telling me.
I'm Gavin Williamson. What are you talking about? I never took nothing nowhere.
I didn't take nothing. But 2021, you're taking phone box. They're
still out there. So I don't know what you're telling me.
BT have removed all of them.
No, they're still there. They're still there. They're still there. If anything, we'll invest fiber optic phone broadband.
Gavin, this man didn't. Gavin Williams, he did a madness last year. He was doing something with the schools. He kept on shutting the schools down, threatening the schools to shut. And then he's also saying now that all the kids need to have vaccines or something like that before next year. There's lots of Gavin Williamson is saying that. I'm not really feeling Gavin Williamson. And I'm not feeling this ban on mobile phones. That's part of the school experience, having a mobile phone. You need to be able to communicate.
You're just selfish. That's your problem.
No. Everyone, if they should, as long as it's off or on silent in the class.
But that's not happening. That's the problem. That's why I'm bringing in this legislation to ensure that doesn't happen. Yeah. It's like, listen,
that's going to distract.
Listen, all I'm saying is I'm just looking at what's happening across the globe. Okay, in Nigeria they're banning Twitter. So why can't we be banning phones as well? We can do this.
What, did Twitter insult you personally, Gavin Williamson? all I'm saying is,
jokes aside,
is that all jokes aside of stop being Gavin, is that was an okay defense. I think that there's no justifiable reason. It's not gonna. I think that apparently a pilot of 91 schools showed that there was an improvement of 6.4% in improvement in people.
That's good enough. That's good enough.
Which is decent.
I actually think they should do this. I think they should take your phones off you when you're in school and you get it at the end of the day.
I just think the problem. Obviously, it's interesting.
What do you need it for?
No, you don't actually need it in lessons. So in lessons, I fully agree. At playtime, maybe you want to check something. You shouldn't be prohibited from your phone.
Check what? You should be playing with your mates, fam. Nah. When you're in school, why aren't you just kicking ball or just playing cards and stuff like that?
Yeah, my phone was dead. I didn't want to see my phone. That was my problem.
You have your phone all day, like all day. You're when you get home. I just feel like I'm with him on this one. I can't lie.
But the thing is, it's just enforcing a rule like that is going to distract the teacher.
Distract what?
Distract the teacher from teaching. That's the problem. When you feel
you rather them have 20 kids on their phones doing selfies.
Well, you say the Key Stage 2 are going to be looking at Nash again.
They've been left behind, fam. They've been left behind. That's why they're still doing that. Key Stage 1. They've been left behind, brother.
Tommy Kidding one looking at Nash.
Let's move on.
Yeah, so what have you got for me?
So interesting though. You did mention Matt Hancock to begin with, but as I said, we're not gonna actually discuss his infidelity per se.
Yeah.
Nor the story that came out on Friday, which he even had notice about. The Sun gave him notice.
Of course, you have to give them notice. You can't just have a full article. You've got to.
Well, I think that's more so they can get a statement, right?
Yeah, of course. It's like when you see them documentaries, they always say at the end, "Oh, we reached out to XYZ, and this is their statement."
I reckon that just gave him enough time to pack his bags into a travel lodge. But we're not going to focus on that so much. What we are going to focus on, is the mystery around the actual video, because images have come out, showing that there's actually CCTV camera, that camera had been in his office. Whether it's the same one or not, I don't know. But what's interesting here is who leaked it? Who is the leaker? I think that in itself is a fascinating story that hasn't been basically explained yet. We still don't know. And there's obviously an investigation going on behind the scenes. So, Matt, you're actually going to be Matt Hancock, or you could be his mistress, his aide.
Yeah,
and you just need to work out, or just run ideas of who you think who may have leaked it. It may have been more, may have been a conspiracy. You tell me.
Okay, so first off the bat, you got to say Savage Javid or that guy. Obviously, he's got the job now. Is that his name?
The Malteser from the north. That guy.
The north.
The Malteser from the north.
Do not insult that man. That man, his father was a bus driver, and that gave him the motivation to be who he is.
Oh, I heard it all before.
Yeah, so you don't judge him. Don't judge him.
I just said the Malteser from the north. That's it.
So yes, I think he could have been at play here. Obviously, he's a career politician. He's had job. He's been chancellor. Was he Home Office for a bit?
I can't remember.
He's done bare different jobs, man. He definitely was chancellor anyway.
Of course, yeah.
Just before. And I thought that the fact that he left is because obviously Boris was trying to influence who gets hired in the Treasury, and I thought that would influence their relationship, but clearly not. And obviously Dominic Cummings came out and said that Boris's now wife was influential in that decision and bringing him back. So definitely he could have planted the seed, man. He knows people around Westminster. He's got the money, he's got the influence. So
he wanted to get back into his job.
He wanted to get back into the cabinet. He's in the cabinet. You know what I'm saying? He's top, and he's outside. He's back in mainland politics, especially with a pandemic. So he's number one. Number two, this is gonna sound a bit left field, but I think Theresa May's husband, Philip May. I think he could have been behind this.
Is that? I don't even know. Is that? Did she take his name? I don't even know.
Philip May. Oh, let's go with Philip May. I think he could have been behind this because now she's.
Why?
Either she's backbench or not even in politics, either or.
She's backbench.
She's backbench. She's a backbench now. So before, when she was Prime Minister, she was a lot more busy. When she was Home Office or Home Secretary, she was a lot more busy. Now, they have to spend a lot of time together. So maybe he was involved in talking to the people in Westminster to plant this seed. Maybe he thought Theresa May would be top of the list to get the Health Secretary job.
Right. Oh, so then she'd be back in office. She'd be back in the cabinet.
Yeah.
And then he can then do what he was reading newspapers.
Yeah, reading newspapers.
So bothering him.
Yeah, she's probably so obviously they spend a lot of time together because obviously she's a backbencher now.
Yeah.
Before she had this long stint of Home Secretary, then Prime Minister. He probably misses his alone time. So obviously he probably connived to make sure that she gets back into politics. But obviously, unfortunately,
it's far fetched, but it's random. It's far fetched, but it's interesting. I like it.
It makes sense.
Yeah,
it makes a lot of sense. You don't know. You don't know. Also, who wants Matt Hancock? Maybe Jeremy Hunt. Jeremy Hunt, that was his old job.
Okay. Yeah.
He wasn't happy. He clearly loved the job. He loved fighting junior doctors. So Jeremy Hunt, he could have wanted to get one back off Matt Hancock, and he's been a critic, if I recall. He's been a vocal critic of the handling of the pandemic, if I recall correctly. So he may not be happy. Michael Gove, I'm throwing Michael Gove in there because
he always 100%. He's a slippery, slimy.
He's a slippery, slimy guy who's for whatever his daughter, who for some reason is some like, what's he? He's doing on TikTok. She like raps and stuff. I don't know, just bare random. But anyway, Michael Gove up there, and last but not least, another left field one that I'm gonna come up up with right now. I think that has to come up with right.
Second,
give me a second to ponder. The ponder.
Jerry Corbyn.
It could be Jeremy. It could be Jeremy Corbyn. But the thing is, Jeremy Corbyn's been on. He's been on Savage Javid's neck since. You know. So I think it could be Richard Branson.
Explain.
I think Matt Hancock weren't doing the deals with Virgin Healthcare that Jeremy Hunt was doing. So
right. Okay. Richard so he wasn't. Obviously, he was doing his own. Like, I've got my own backdoor stuff. I'm not
obviously, his backdoor stuff was doing the backdoor of Gina. So he would have focused on doing the deals that he should be doing. But Savage Javid had a background with JP Morgan and finance and doing other background deals in it. So maybe he knew, if I get rid of this Matt Hancock brother and I expose him, then maybe we can get a guy who's going to be more focused on making money for me. So Richard Branson has to be up there. So Philip May, Richard Branson are left field ones, but the more closer to home ones, the more logical ones, we can put down either what's his face? Savage Javid,
Hunt or Malteser. Yeah, look. Yeah, I think those are quite credible. I do think there's one of the best of the rest. I think it could have been I think it could have been Boris. You
think Boris himself. You think?
Yeah. Because look, all these things have been going around now. Yeah, and then Dominic Cummings brought out the hopeless thing, and I think he thought, I actually call this guy hopeless. I have to get rid of him somehow, but I can't do it now. So I feel like maybe he leaked the story and then he come up with the matter is closed. But in his head, he meant closes and this guy is gone, fam. I accept the apology, but you're gone.
You think of the Boris gaff?
Yeah, I think because he's come out now and said that, I fired him on purpose kind of thing.
He's a mad Jew. Boris, he's a politician.
I think May it could have been him. But I do like your analysis of the other four. I think if I had to pick one of those four, I would go with, maybe the Maltese. The way he was bopping when they said he got the job, he was moving very happy.
Man was outside St. Thomas's on Monday morning giving the PR.
He knew.
He didn't call no one inside. Come hold the bleep, man. Come work a shift. Elbow bopping. He's a nasty.
If I see him as a columnist for The Sun in a year's time, then I know it was him, fam. I know it was him.
So but let's move on swiftly. Let's move on swiftly to the last segment of the pod. This is the throwback segment. This is where we look at something that's happened in this week, the week beginning the 28th of June. Something poignant that's happened this week in yesteryear. So Junior, what have you got for us this week?
Cool. So on the 30th of June in 2000 and I think it was 6. The preliminary hearings for Saddam Hussein, president of Iraq, began for war crimes and crimes against humanity. So obviously,
in what court?
I think it was ICC. No, it wasn't. It was in the Iraqi court. They did it in Iraq. They did the case in Iraq. Yeah. So I know. Well, at least it was Iraqi ministers or lawyers. I'm not sure if it was exactly in Iraq, but I remember it was through their judicial system anyway.
Okay.
But it wasn't like they had everything against him because obviously this guy's been doing X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, he's doing a magazine.
For how long? Yeah, he's been using chemical warfare against his own people, extrajudicial killings and stuff like that. And so it was kind of cut and dry. But him going through the whole process, he was just like, "Look, it wasn't me. I didn't do this. That X, Y, Z." And he was being really bracing to the lawyers. They're like, "Yeah, man, we're gonna cook you." So I can't remember how long after that though, but they hang my man in it. But I just remember the whole period because we were all still at school at that point. And it was like, yeah, cool, the Iraq war's done. But it was like every day, like insurgent. I didn't even know what insurgency meant. But they were like, yeah, this soldier died, this soldier died. And I was thinking, right, didn't this war end like 3 years ago or something like that? And it just tells you the whole thing is still going on now, pretty much.
But they don't report it as much in it. Obviously, Syria is the main one they report.
Yeah. I ain't even heard too much from Syria. Can't lie.
What's that guy's name? The leader there. What's his name?
Who? Bashar Assad.
Yeah, is he still about?
Yeah. He ain't going nowhere, fam. He ain't going nowhere. The whole Arab Spring, everyone else dipped. He said, me? This whole country will go to the ground before I leave. You won't get one plantain in this whole country before I leave.
He said, no dodo for you.
Don't enjoy anything. We'll all eat ground nut.
Ground nut.
Ground nut before I leave this place. So
yo,
yeah.
Nah, that's a nice for war. Like the war throwback. Mine's a bit more it's a bit more positive, man. Like, you know, how old are you when you went to university?
Same age as you.
How old? You said the same. He said how old?
I remember I was like 21.
So you 20, 21. What? How old were you?
20. I was left what university? 24.
24. So in 1985, someone that was nearly half your age, Ruth Lawrence, child prodigy, she graduated from Oxford with a first in mathematics. So that is child genius. I don't know how.
Was it one of these like Dave Miliband? He got like 5 U's and still went to Oxford.
No. There's not
one of these ones.
She left with a first, innit? No, obviously, you know these child prodigies, these smart, like these mad brainiac people, innit?
So where's she at then?
Yeah, so that's what I wonder now. That was 1985.
Some Freddie Adu fam. What the hell is this? She peaked too soon, brother. I heard from that brother in time. Last time he was playing like semi-professional football in Sweden's like 5th league. I didn't even know they had a 5th league.
Oh my god, what an analogy. That is great.
Where's she at now, brother? I want to hear this girl, the AstraZeneca or something. Like she did that. Where you at, Ruth?
Where you at, Ruth? No, Ruth is currently a professor at the University. Is it University of Israel? I didn't know the whole country had the university. But, she did something in the University of Israel. So she's actually like a professor of like maths and I don't know if it's astrology or some shit as well. Okay. But she's still in the education field because obviously you mentioned Freddie Adu, obviously bust quick. I also thought about Macaulay Culkin. You know, that guy had Home Alone early. You know, star. And more time when you busted a child, it's always hard to maintain it, or maintain your sanity and stuff. But she bust on the academic scene, and it looks like she's still doing her thing. So big up Ruth Lawrence, 13, graduate from Oxford. Some people don't even see Oxford at any age.
Yeah, well done. I thought you were gonna come with some bang or something. I thought like, and then she sent us to the moon or something.
No. She peaked, but then you know she's academic, innit? Like she probably.
Hey, listen. Further than me, so you know, well done.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I think did you go to Cambridge for a weekend or whatever? When you,
I went for a week. Yeah, I went for the law school. I went there for a week, like a little like an open day, like an open week kind of thing.
Open week, jeez, man, like Cambridge.
Obviously, you turned them down, so it's not
turned them down.
That's what I said. No, ain't no beaties there.
The way they rejected me, it still burns me. But you know, we moving it one day. One day,
you go back there. We'll go back there.
Yeah, we'll go back there. I'll give a talk or something like that. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That is it. But this has been another episode of You Should Know Better. You guys enjoy your week and don't do anything that's gonna make us say you should know better. You guys have a good one, yeah?
In a bit.